Dear friends and followers, welcome to my channel and on yet another video. In today's video, I will tell you how you can tour Gangtok as well as places in North Sikkim such as Gurudongmar Lake, Yumthang Valley in just 7 days. I will give away informative tips such as places you should visit, how to reach, where to stay. At the end of today's video, I will give away some useful tips for travelers as well. So make sure you watch the entire video till the end. If you are new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe my channel Globetrotter, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out on any of my travel vlogs. Let's start with the tour plan so that you get to know the order in which you should visit the places to complete the entire tour in less time and cost. You can complete the entire North Sikkim tour along with Gangtok in just 7 days if you follow my plan. Day 1. You should reach New Jalpaiguri or Siliguri railway station, or if you are reaching by air, you should come to Bagdogra airport. From there the tour starts. You can arrange a cab, bus or hire a car which will take you to the capital of Sikkim, which is Gangtok. I would suggest book a vehicle for the entire tour. Target to reach NJP by morning so that you get to reach Gangtok by evening. Night stay at Gangtok. On day 2, I would suggest you visit Nathula Pass, Baba Mandir and Songmo Lake or Changu Lake as it is also popularly called. From Gangtok, go straight to Nathula Pass because the weather might deteriorate as the day progresses. So start from Gangtok by 8 am in the morning. While returning from Nathula Pass, you will come across Baba Mandir, and on the way back to Gangtok, you can visit Songmo Lake. Night stay at Gangtok. Day 3 will be a bit lighter. You can start Gangtok sightseeing at 10 am in the morning as well. I will tell you the details of the places to visit later in this video. After the sightseeing is done, you can spend leisure time at Gangtok Mall, shopping or trying out authentic Tibetan dishes. Night stay at Gangtok. For day 4, you will have to start early at 8 am in the morning. Check out of your hotel at Gangtok. Today we will go to Lachen in North Sikkim. The most beautiful part of the tour will start from day 4. We will reach Chungthang first. From there the road bifurcates. One road goes towards Lachen and the other towards Lachung. Go towards Lachen first. Night stay at Lachen. Day 5. Start early at 7 am in the morning after having breakfast. Go to Kalapathar and Gurudongmar Lake. Gurudongmar Lake, at about 18,000 feet above sea level, is one of the highest lakes in India. On your way back from Gurudongmar Lake, have lunch at your hotel in Lachen. Check out of your hotel in Lachen and reach Lachung through Chungthang. Night stay at Lachung. Day 6. Have breakfast and start early at 7 am in the morning. Go straight to 0 point via Yumthang. While returning from 0 point, stop at Yumthang Valley and enjoy the scenic beauty. Yumthang is sometimes called the Switzerland of India. Then start from Yumthang and reach Lachung. Have lunch at your hotel in Lachung. Check out of your hotel and start for Gangtok via Chungthang. Night stay at Gangtok. Day 7. Check out of your hotel at Gangtok and start for NJP or Siliguri station or Bagdogra airport for returning. Make sure you keep at least 7 hours time in hand because there can be traffic jams while returning. Now that you understand the itinerary, let's get into the details. On day 1, we reached Gangtok. It was evening by the time we reached. Make sure you hand over your passport size photographs and ID proofs to your travel agent, who will get the permits issued for you. We needed permits for Nathula Pass, Baba Mandir and Songmo Lake for the next day. ID proofs should prove your citizenship. Hence, you may use photocopy of passport or voter ID card. Aadhaar card will not be acceptable. Remember to take the copies of your acceptable ID proofs, passport size photos and original ID proofs while packing for the tour. You can try out local food for dinner. I would suggest not to eat very heavy meals throughout the tour. This helps in keeping up with less oxygen at high altitudes. This is a picture of sunrise on the Kanchenjunga taken from my hotel's room. That is how day 2 started. On the second day of the tour, we will go to Nathula Pass, Songmo Lake and Baba Mandir. That is why you should hand over the relevant documents the previous day to your travel agent. I will also tell you the details of the permits required later on in this video. Ideally, you should start early at about 8 am because reaching Nathula Pass will itself take a couple of hours. Secondly, Weather usually deteriorates and it can be foggy or rainy in the later part of the day. Although the road goes via Songmo Lake and Baba Mandir, go to Nathula Pass first. While returning, you may visit these places. You can try momos from local shops on the way. It is very refreshing and tastes delicious. If you want to have lunch there on your way back, inform them in advance and they will keep your order ready. Nathula Pass is at the border between India and Tibet. You can walk up till the border of China. Photography is not allowed near the border. Nathula Pass is at 14,000 feet and due to less oxygen you can find it a bit difficult to climb stairs. Hence, take your time, walk slowly. You should reach the border in 5 minutes. There are not too many steps. Once at the border, you will see the beautiful Himalayas of Tibet. Carry warm garments and if possible a flask of hot coffee. It will keep you energized at high altitudes. While returning from Nathula Pass, you will reach Baba Mandir first. Baba Mandir is dedicated to the memory of Baba Harbhajan Singh. He was martyred in 1968 near Nathula. Legend has it that he still protects the area. He is worshipped as a saint. Sometimes devotees pray in the temple with a bottle of water which they carry back. It is believed that this holy water has healing properties. You will find an office and a living room for Baba Harbhajan Singh as well in the temple, with his uniforms, boots and other items. It is said that Baba still uses those items. Several army officers say that they have seen him protecting the Indo-Chinese border. The army believes that he is a soldier who lives on forever. On your way back, you will come across Songmo Lake or Changu Lake. You will find yaks around the border of the lake. You may take a ride on a yak or click photos with yak. Usually it takes 100 rupees to take pictures with the yak and 400 rupees to take a yak ride. There is another temple near the lake which is also called Baba Mandir. This is different and not the same Baba Mandir as we just saw. Lakes are considered holy in Buddhism and hence boating is not allowed in the lake. While returning back, you will come across a rock that looks like the head of an elephant. It can be seen on your left hand side. It does not have a particular name, but I noticed that this rock is there while I was returning myself. By afternoon, we came back to Gangtok. Instead of getting back into the hotel right away, we decided to take a stroll in the Gangtok Mall. You can try out steamed momos and try authentic Tibetan food from restaurants here. Friends, I have visited Shanghai as well in China, and I can tell you that most of the Chinese food we have in India does not taste the same. Here, in these Tibetan restaurants, you can get a glimpse of the authentic taste of Chinese food. Day 3 started with a clear sky and a marvelous view of the Kanchenjunga. We will do Gangtok local sightseeing today. You can start comfortably at 11 am. We started with Dodrul Chorten. It's a monastery near Gangtok. The lamas at the monastery were kind enough to let us view the prayer at the monastery. These are called butter lamps and are used to offer prayers. Next, we took a ride in the Gangtok ropeway. The ride costs about 117 rupees per adult and 77 rupees per child. You can get a fantastic view of the valley from this short ride. The service is available from 9 am till 5 pm. Please use a card to buy tickets at the counter. Next, visit Bakthang Falls. You can click good photographs with the waterfall in the background. Do not confuse this with Bachchan Falls, which is in Lachung. Up next is Tashi Viewpoint. You will see a tower with a telescope. You can enjoy the same beautiful view of the valley from here without the telescope as well. This is the view from Tashi Viewpoint. Next, we will start for the Flower Exhibition Center of Gangtok. Natural beauty of the road is truly amazing. On the way, you will come across another waterfall just by the side of the road. This waterfall is called the Lhasa Falls. You can spend some quality time here. The Flower Exhibition Center is also known as the Ridge Park. The park was built in 1932 in the memory of the first political officer of Sikkim, Cloud White. The park is open from 10 am till 5:30 pm on all days and entry fee is very nominal. You can see different kinds of orchids, gladolia, powder puff lily and the list goes on. All plants are neatly labeled. There is a small pool as well. You will also find breathtaking views of the hills from the park. From here we went to Gangtok. The temple is dedicated to Lord Ganesha. However, you will also find a Shiv temple here. Photography is not allowed inside. It's a temple as well as a viewpoint. You can also see Kanchenjunga from here if the weather is clear. After Gangtok, we will go to Hanuman Tok. Photography is not allowed inside this temple as well. We could not go to room deck as the monastery was closed for visitors due to the pandemic. We returned to Gangtok in the afternoon and we decided to enjoy the ambience of the mall road. Like most of the days, there was a light shower in the evening. It is very common in hill stations. Vehicles are not allowed inside the mall and hence it's a pleasure to walk around. Tonight, we dined in a Tibetan restaurant called Hotel Bayul. I personally like to try out local dishes wherever I go. I tried gyathuk and yonton soup. Gyathuk is like a chicken soup with an egg poach. Yonton soup is like a soup with chicken momos inside. The taste was delicious and it reminded me of the food that I had in Shanghai. Day 4 started with a foggy morning. Today we have to go to Lachen. The North Sikkim tour started from day 4. It's a long 7 hours journey and hence we started early at 8 am. The natural beauty of North Sikkim is beyond comparison. You will see Tista flowing through the beautiful valleys and countless waterfalls along the way. One of the best waterfalls is the Naga Falls. It is a huge waterfall and the scenery is truly amazing. After Naga Falls, we reached Chungthang. There is a dam at Chungthang. The road bifurcates here. One goes towards Lachen and the other towards Lachung. We checked into our hotel at Lachen. It is a wooden cottage with misty meadows visible from the windows. We had lunch after a long journey. The hotel quickly prepared fried egg noodles for us and it tasted delicious in the cold weather. The hotel was designed in Tibetan style, as you can guess from the design of the dining hall. Here the arrangements are not luxurious, but it is what you can expect in a small hamlet. It serves the purpose nicely. Day 5 started with our journey to one of the highest lakes in India and the world. That's right, today we will go to Gurudongmar Lake. We started at 7 am after an early breakfast. The beauty of the scenery by the side of the road cannot be explained by words. It has to be experienced. We reached Kalapathar after a couple of hours. It was cold and windy and most importantly, scenic. As you can see, the surrounding mountains seem blackish in color, hence the name Kalapathar, which literally means black rock. Also notice the very sharp and pointed peaks of the mountains here. I have never seen such pointed peaks anywhere before. There is very less vegetation here owing to the high altitude of 18,500 feet. Carry sunglasses because there may be dazzling sunlight. Next we started for Gurudongmar Lake. The lake is near Tibet border. The road towards the lake is not in a very good shape and the ride may not be that comfortable. But the scenery outside will make you forget everything else for the time being. You will see barren lands on both sides of the road and some snow-capped mountains. Some of the mountain tops may look like scoops of ice cream. The scenery may remind you of Leh or Ladakh. After a couple of hours, we reached an army camp. Many travelers were having snacks at the army canteen. Do try those out. The snacks are extremely delicious. You can come across stray horses or even group of yaks on the way. That's a normal scene in such hilly terrains. After some time, we finally reached Gurudongmar Lake. The vehicle will go to a place which is close to the lake. From there, you will have to walk a little and go down to the lake along a staircase. While walking or climbing stairs, breathe deeply because of oxygen scarcity at 18,000 feet. The serene beauty of the lake will mesmerize you. The lake looks like a comma. One end of the lake is pointed towards Tibet. It is believed that Guru Padmasambhava, while returning from Tibet, saw this lake and felt it was worthy of veneration. It is believed he placed his hand on the lake and that prevented it from freezing. Since then, the lake has become a holy lake. You may collect water from the lake and take it with you as a souvenir. After all, it's water from a lake at 18,000 feet. You may come across snow even during autumn or spring months. From November to mid-May, the entire lake remains frozen. Next, we reached our hotel at Lachen to have lunch. We checked out and started for Lachung via Chungthang. We came across Bachan Falls near Lachung. The waterfall is tall and hence the name to relate it to Amitabh Bachchan. We checked into our hotel at Lachung, night stay at Lachung. Day 6 started with a foggy morning in the tiny hamlet of Lachung. We started off after an early breakfast at 7 am. Today, we will go to one of the sources of Tista. It's a place called Zero Point as the road ends and we cannot go any further. The place is near the Indo-Tibetan border. The road to Zero Point will go via the Yumthang Valley. Visit Zero Point first. You can see Yumthang Valley while returning. Take deep breaths as this will help in the high altitude of more than 15,000 feet. Enjoy the clear water of the Tista. Carry warm clothes as it will be very cold here. You can see snow-capped mountains all around. During winter and early summer, the entire place remains covered with snow. On your way back, stop at Yumthang Valley. You will find Tista River flowing through a lush green valley. There is a pine forest at one end and a meadow at the other end. The place is rightly called the Switzerland of India. Incidentally, Khajjar in Himachal Pradesh also has a similar scenery, and that place also is sometimes called the Switzerland of India. In winter months, the area is covered in snow. In other times, you can experience the lush green scenery. After Yumthang Valley, we started on our way back to the hotel at Lachung. After having lunch at Lachung, we started off for Gangtok. The winding roads from Yumthang till Lachung are also equally scenic. You will come across small local villages, pine forests with the snow-capped mountains in the backdrop. Night stay at Gangtok. On day 7, you should start for your return journey. We started for our return journey with an unforgettable experience of experiencing the scenic beauty of the Himalayas in North Sikkim. I would suggest keep at least 7 hours in hand because there can be unexpected traffic jams on hilly roads. You can reach NJP or Siliguri station or Bagdogra airport for returning. Now that you have the details of the itinerary, let's have a look at some useful tips for vacationers going to Sikkim. Sikkim is near 3 international borders with Nepal, Bhutan and China. Hence you need permits to visit all these places. Foreigners must obtain ILP or Inner Line Permit to visit these places. These permits are issued free of cost by all Indian missions abroad, all foreign registration offices and immigration offices at airports of Mumbai, Kolkata, New Delhi and Chennai, Tourism Information Center at Bagdogra, etc. For Indians, just hand over passport size photos and photocopy of ID cards to your travel agent or drivers. This is one of the reasons why I suggested that book a cab for the entire trip. The driver can help with these permits. Please keep in mind that voter ID cards, passports, etc. can be used as ID proof. Aadhaar card will not be accepted for issuing permits. Regarding cab booking, I would suggest that book an SUV or an MUV for the trip. The road at certain places are not conducive for small cars. Hence, even if you are traveling with few co-travelers, I would suggest book an SUV or a large car of your choice. Speak to the driver in advance and let him know that you need permits to be issued and let him know your desired itinerary. Permits are required for all travelers, even if they are traveling in one single group. Now for some quick tips for travelers. Carry at least 5 passport size photos and copies of ID proofs that prove your nationality. This can be passport or voter ID card. Carry original ID proofs with you as well. Do not carry plastic bottles in North Sikkim. If you are carrying, please dispose those off in the designated bins before entering North Sikkim checkpost. Do not worry, you will get abundant drinking water in North Sikkim. Speaking of North Sikkim, Lachen and Lachung are small hamlets on hills and hence you will not find many restaurants there. Hence, you will have to book rooms along with meal plans at Lachen and Lachung. In Gangtok, you may book only hotel rooms. You may dine at one of the many restaurants on Mall Road. Be aware of places such as Nathula Pass that do not allow for photography. You may carry cameras, but you have to keep the lens covered at all times while at those places. All travelers must be fully vaccinated. If you are partially vaccinated or not vaccinated, you have to submit a negative RT-PCR report while entering Sikkim through the Rangpo checkpost. The RT-PCR report is only valid for 72 hours from the time of sample collection. Please keep this in mind. Carry printouts of negative RT-PCR report or vaccination certificates and keep those handy near the checkpost. Keep the SMS of your RT-PCR report in your mobile as well. Wear face masks at all times in public places, otherwise you may be fined. Also remember, it is very common to encounter light drizzle at hill stations. Hence, carry an umbrella or a raincoat. You should plan your travel in advance. Winter months are cold, January is the coldest. From January till early March, places in North Sikkim and other high altitude places can be covered in snow. If you want to see snow, visit during February end, but keep in mind that roads can sometimes be blocked due to snow. If you want to see lush green landscapes and want to visit all the places, the best time will be early October till early November. Usually if you visit towards the end of September, you can have a good bargain at hotels. Usually this is a lean season. From October, hotel prices surge. You can stay at Gangtok near the mall road. You will have an easy access to shopping and dining, but probably you will not get a great view of the Kanchenjunga. If you stay in hotels on the Kazi road, you may have to walk a little to get to the mall road, and also while returning you may have to go uphill, but you can get a good unobstructed view of Kanchenjunga if the weather is clear. Here comes my favorite section. What you should definitely try out here. You can taste steamed momos, gyathok, yonton soup and pastry at different shops and restaurants on the mall road at Gangtok. You should definitely try small snacks at high altitude army canteens in North Sikkim. You can buy Tibetan artifacts at souvenir shops on the mall road. Do negotiate for good deals and visit multiple shops. Temi tea is a local tea which is strong liquor. You can also buy top-notch Darjeeling tea such as Mokaibari tea from many shops on the mall road. I would suggest do all the shoppings from the Gangtok mall road. The prices are reasonable here. You can also buy umbrellas. The umbrellas are cheap and of good quality here. Last but not the least, you should definitely experience momos and hot noodles from any of the roadside shops on your way to Sogmo Lake. The food, the taste and the view will complement each other. You should definitely take time to walk around Gangtok Mall, and most importantly, you should never miss a chance to see sunrise on the Kanchenjunga. I stayed in a hotel on the Kazi road and watched sunrise on the Kanchenjunga from my room. Friends, that was it for today. Hopefully you found my video informative and useful. If yes, please subscribe to my channel. We'll see you in an upcoming video with yet another travel destination. Until then, happy traveling.